Hello and welcome to Dream Team Coach TV. I'm Sean Burke. Joining me is Andy Taylor, Jack Townsend, and Grazua LG. It's Graham Marshall to complete this week's panel. A little bit of music reference there. Thanks for joining us on the show. As always, the mystery word game is still going. So if you don't want to know what it is and you would like to play along, look away now.
So Andy, you throwing straight darts today?
Yeah, I'll throw straight darts. It's not me.
So you not got it.
No.
There we go.
All right, it's time for some transfer talk. Remember that, as it came out this week, that Jose Mourinho has allegedly been ordered to carry out his Tottenham rebuild using only free transfers. To which Spurs fans responded, "What? As in one more than two?" No. Free transfers. Is that even possible in modern football these days, considering how expensive everything is? Is it possible to build a team in any meaningful way with just free transfers in the Premier League?
I don't know if you can build a team that's going to necessarily push for the title, but I suppose it depends what players they're looking for. I mean, you can actually build an entire 11 from just Premier League free transfers.
Yeah.
If you wanted to know what that was. So
Sure.
That would be Joe Hart, Leighton Baines, Scott Dann. I am going to include Jan Vertonghen, even though he's already a Spurs player. Nathaniel Klein, Ryan Fraser, Jeff Hendrick, John Lundstrom, Willian, Shane Long, Andy Carroll. I'm not saying that team's going to win anything.
So if you want to get relegated, get some free transfers.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, with a few other free transfers around them, maybe it wouldn't get relegated, but it wouldn't do well with it.
That front two of Shane Long and Andy Carroll, that has not caused damage for about 10 years.
I've got a mate who absolutely, even now, even though Shane Long is in his 30s, I think nearly like now, keeps going, no, just like one more season, 20 goals, it'd be the new Robbie Keane. And it's like, that time has passed. It's all over.
I think the point we're trying to make with regards free transfers is that, is there any point in Spurs going out and spending, say, 30, 40 million pounds on a player that probably won't have any impact? Whereas you can just go and pick up a Willian or a Fraser. And looking further afield, there's players like Goetze, Mertens, Munir Cavani from PSG. Like, you can pick up some top players. Obviously, you're going to be paying the wages for them because they're free transfers, don't get me wrong. But, you know, unless you're going to make an impactful signing, someone that's just like, oh my goodness, wow, then why not just go for a free transfer? Yeah. And I don't think Spurs have the capacity to make a transfer of that magnitude. So,
all right. Here, how about this though? The main thing for Spurs over the years has been this program with the wages, like the wage structure, right? So you bring in a free transfer, and suddenly they're on double what Harry Kane's on. And then you upset the whole dynamic of the team, because now the rest of the players are like, well, this guy's getting double as much as me. But he might not be a main player. That's the issue that Spurs are going to face.
I guess the club would take precedence though, because it's such a good financial option for them. Like instead of a huge sum of cash leaving your bank account at once, it's much more spread out with just wages. So, it probably would upset a few egos, but I guess the club, especially a club as savvy as Spurs.
Problem with Spurs is that what's brought your success over the last few years is giving Poch time to build and nurture young talent. And now, if you go down the free transfer route, you're just looking for instant success. Maybe Fraser you could mould into a world-class player, but generally you're asking for instant success.
But that's the Mourinho way, isn't it?
It's a difference in manager, isn't it? Yeah, that's a difference in approach.
Just take Sheffield United as an example as well, by the way, about getting a bunch of lads that are just, good, honest pros.
Good mate, Chris Wilder.
I mean, Basham's are free, McGoldrick's are free. Most of the other lads are probably signed around the £1 million mark, bit less than that. Billy Sharp, 500 grand.
Yeah.
So, look, I know they're not going to win the league, but they're above Spurs right now, and their wage is God knows how many less millions. So,
I guess that's a situation where they have a set system to play to, where it's kind of like it's greater than the sum of its parts.
Notable shout-outs to other free transfers in the Prem right now, by the way. Josh King, Gaeta at Palace, Kolasinac, Arsenal, Milner, Liverpool.
Yeah, we skipped over him a bit in Sean's list, but Milner, I mean,
Fuchs and Albrighton at Leicester. I've got Joel Matip, Liverpool. I mean, look, they're not setting the world alight, but they're top players.
Moving on, each week the gang will be set some tasks to complete as we all try to fill the time void that is lockdown. Homework, or homework in this case. This week, the lads have prepared custom Zoom backgrounds for me to apply with my trusty floating head trick. Right. So how will we do this? Do you want to send them on to me and all?
Yeah, I'll send them over to you, lad.
Okay, right. Well, I'm pretty sure this one is Andy.
Yeah, similar. I think we have got a similar theme to some of ours.
There we go.
There we go.
Nice.
In videos
Go
already.
on, sing the national anthem or mime it. No, you're meant to be Scalzi. I did think about you being the penis, but I was thinking you'd have to be too small.
Oh, that'll need some censoring.
It has to be right up the top.
Oh, you're the ball now.
So first of all,
You could be.
You could be anyone in that photo, really. Maradona.
You can get quite far back.
You can, yeah. That's pretty good.
Nice.
all right. And what else we've got?
I think I sent you another one.
We've got maybe the best one. Oh,
Hang on.
which two of you sent?
Of course it did.
I tried to be the other head, so we've covered both bases.
I've got weird deja vu here, by the way. Did you do that when you? Oh
yeah. Did you do it when you did it?
Oh, maybe.
I didn't. No, I didn't.
Oh, okay.
Is that backwards for you too?
Oh, it was deja vu. I'm calling deja vu.
Oh, that's good.
that looks nice. No, that's good. That fits well, Sean.
Jack's calling it. You're ignoring it. Jack's calling deja vu.
It's not deja vu.
I throw straight darts. Why are you calling me?
I don't know. It just seemed really.
Why are you calling me?
because
I will stay quiet. I will never say it's not me if I have the word.
Fair play, lads. Quite the range there.
Nice.
The Tevez one and the Skulls one were nice. A nice change of pace.
Mystery word update. I haven't heard it yet. Unless anybody else watching has. I haven't spotted it. But keep your eyes peeled for that. You never know. It might come up in the quiz, although that'll be a tough one to get in there. All right. Get ready to quiz in your pants and test your football knowledge. We're going to have 3 rounds of questions, and you can play along at home too, as long as you promise not to cheat. So first up is the topical round. This week marks the 4th anniversary of Leicester City winning the Premier League, and we're going to take a trip down memory lane. Are you ready, lads? We were already talking about Leicester a few minutes ago, so you never know. Question 1. In their title-winning season, Jamie Vardy was their highest scorer. Riyad Mahrez was their 2nd highest scorer. But who was their 3rd highest scorer? Okay. Question 2. Now this does... Well, it doesn't have to, actually. How many goals did Jamie Vardy score that season in the Premier League?
Oh, that's a good question.
Question 3. 2 of their players played in every single Premier League match that year. Who are they? 1 point for each.
Oh, 1 for each, eh?
Question 4. True or false? Kasper Schmeichel made fewer than 100 saves that year. This last one. In the English top flight, in what year was the club's previous highest finish? And the closest answer gets a point. Question 1. Who was their 3rd highest scorer? It was Leonardo Ulloa.
Oh,
I had that down. I just changed that at the last minute.
Oh, I knew you'd say Okazaki. It's who I would have said as well if I didn't know it.
How wasn't it? Okazaki, where was he? Was he 4th?
He was, just behind him.
I went for drink water.
When you say you've all fallen for your trap.
Yeah, Jack fell into
For a completely different trap.
Okay, question 2.
Oh.
How many goals did Jamie Vardy score that season? 24.
Oh, 1 out. 23.
I had 25.
You're very close. Well, Jack again was a few off.
It doesn't matter though, because he's still got the same amount of points.
Doesn't matter.
It's still fine.
Question 3. 2 of their players played in every single Premier League match that year. It was Kasper Schmeichel and Wes Morgan.
Oh,
1 point.
Well done, Andy. You got both of those. Question 4. True or false? Kasper Schmeichel made fewer than 100 saves that year. True.
Oh.
99.
Oh, that is tight.
Woohoo! Okay, and the last question in the English top flight: in what year was the club's previous highest finish? Closest answer gets a point. It was 1928, 1929.
Really?
Yeah.
Where did they finish?
I think they finished second.
Oh, it's very far off. I was banking on it being a time when like Lineker had played there or something.
Yeah, that's what
I picked a time in the 80s.
I was going for Martin O'Neill FA Cup era or League Cup era.
So that's only 1 point. Oh dear.
Okay, on to the player round. And one man who popped up on my timeline this week was Dimitar Berbatov.
Oh
yeah.
Question 1. How many times did he win Bulgarian Player of the Year? And there's a bonus point.
God.
So he's the record holder, I'll tell you that. And
So a lot.
Yeah. And there's a bonus point if you can tell me whose record he broke for the amount of wins. Question 2. Which manager bought him twice?
Oh.
All right. Question 3. True or false? He has a higher goals per match ratio than Sadio Mane. Contemplative silence.
That is difficult.
Question 4. He shared the Golden Boot Award in the 2010-2011 season with one other player. Who was it?
Did he know?
Mm-hmm. Okay, and question 5. Complete the Berbatov quote. He's a good man for a quote. You have to be gentle with the ball, like you are gentle with a blank. No, he didn't say blank. That's where the word goes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, the answer to question 1. How many times did he win Bulgarian Player of the Year? It was 7. And he broke Hristo Stoichkov's record.
Not Berbatov Senior.
No, unfortunately not. So, Graz, you got 2 points for that. Well done.
2 points.
I don't know if I spelled Stoichkov right. That is. I'm not.
How do you know how many times he was Bulgarian?
Because when he said it, I always do this thing when I'm trying to guess a number. I guess it and then add 1, and I thought 6. So if it's 7, I always get the number questions wrong.
I like
the article up.
All right, question 2. Which manager bought him twice? It was Martin Jol.
And I probably gave Andy that answer there.
Jack said Redknapp, which is it's not actually a bad shout, but it wasn't him, unfortunately. Question 3. True or false? He has a higher goals per match ratio than Sadio Mane in the Premier League. That is false.
Oh.
It's, again, very close. It's 0.41 goals per game to 0.43. So Andy put lower than Mane, which is neither true or false. So that's no points for that.
I'm not having that.
I'm kidding. Right. That's you got that one. Graz, you said true. Sadly not, Jack. Yeah. All right. And question 4. Which player did he share the Golden Boot with in 2010-2011? It was Carlos Tevez.
Oh, no.
It was my first one that I thought as well.
Yeah, none of you's got that. A couple of you said Van Persie, though.
And
finally, the quote, you have to be gentle with the ball, like you are gentle with a woman, which you all got correct. Well done.
Seemed too obvious, though. It seemed too obvious.
And last but not least, I have recreated a famous moment in my house this time, using just what is available to me at home.
Still can't.
Super.
I mean, that is
That's
great.
excellent.
Brilliant.
That is top notch.
Good
feel like
work.
I'm making that. And
Annoyingly-
yes, I just had to throw a shoe in my own face.
Annoyingly, I think we probably all got it, but I mean, I still
Yeah.
enjoyed watching it.
So thank you for your answers there. The correct answer to that was Fergie giving Bex the hairdryer treatment and then kicking a boot at his face, cutting his eyebrow, which you all
Yeah.
got correct. Congratulations. Okay, so if you want to... Okay, you all got
Is
that
that-
correct.
Is that 1 point?
That is 1 point. The results. Okay, in last place with 4 points is Jack Townsend.
It's because there wasn't a Berbatov brother. That's what's killed him.
Yeah, it really has.
Yeah.
Barry Berbatov.
Yeah.
In second place with 5 points is Andy Taylor.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
I mean,
I got 4 points in the second round alone.
Oh, sorry, I was looking at your total.
You were looking at a different message.
Yeah. It's very confusingly formatted. All right, okay. Hang on.
Wow.
Oh, well, this is...
Controversial.
We're going to have a Hollywood Oscars moment here. It's not La La Land or Andy Taylor. It's actually in second place, if I'm correct, Graham Marshall.
Yeah.
How could you do that to me? How could you do that to me, Sean?
That means in first place is Andy Taylor with 7 points.
That's got a beat from Hennes in the chat as well. How could you do that to me?
It wasn't
I'm
on
not-
purpose.
I'm not bothered about the round. I'm bothered about this injustice.
I know Spurs better than you guys. Is that what we're
This
saying?
La La Land.
it's,
To be fair,
it's
you
La
did
La
better-
Land.
You did better in the
No, that
Berbatov
came up
round.
organically. Stop calling
Yeah,
things that
but
I'm referencing what Sean says. Sean
but
has already said it.
He might be in on it. I don't
He's not
know.
meant to help. It's not like a funny little quirk or a little quirk that like he's trying to use a word in or something. Like,
Has the mystery word been said?
Yes, the mystery word
Okay.
Melvin said.
I'm calling Quark.
Yeah, it was Quark.
Yeah.
boy.
It was a tough last gasp.
Do you know what? I like the thought process because he was going at Jack, who was accusing him of the mystery word, with his own mystery word.
Didn't he
Mm.
I tried to like wiggle it in because I was getting all flustered and.
But
like,
you don't ever make that mistake of like, oh,
Mm.
I mispronounced the word. Oh, quirk. Oh, yeah. No
So,
way. you ever do that.
so the issue is that I say things too well normally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Damn it.
All right, lads. Finally, it's time to pick up where we left off with our Ultimate 11. Each one of us will pick our all-time Ultimate team going from position to position with each passing week. This week, we'll be picking our first central midfielder.
Mm.
So, what are you saying, guys? Let's start with you, Andy.
Okay, so obviously my first priority with any player that I pick for my team is, do they put my bum in a seat? And with that, I think a central midfielder, they've got to have a shot on them, an absolute bullet shot. And actually, when you look at most of the top midfielders down the years, they actually have had like an unbelievable ping on them. Like if you look at Scholesy, Gerrard, Lampard, like they've all. Well, I think Lampard actually has the most goals from outside the box.
Right.
But one player, this player scored 10 goals in the Premier League. 9 of them were from outside of the box. So, you know, a good little ratio there. They played under Mark Hughes. They had long hair. Well, they didn't. They had long hair during the prime of their career, and then it was cut short during the latter part of their career. He went grey. He was a grey-haired man playing in the Premier League. Any ideas? He had one name. A classic. Those are always the best ones, aren't they? They just have one name.
Was he Brazilian?
Not,
He was not Brazilian.
No.
I was thinking Janino at one stage. I got a bit confused.
Did he
For
play for Man
four-
City?
No, for his club, He was known for the corner taker playing it outside to the edge of the box. Yeah, there we go.
Yes, he scored some absolute screamers.
So Tugai.
Oh, okay.
So obviously didn't get the plaudits and the trophies and stuff that perhaps, Scholes, Gerrard, Lampard did. But actually, considering the team that he played with, which was a very good team. So another part of my criteria is playing part of an iconic side. And I think Mark Hughes' Blackburn side definitely comes under that, in my opinion. It was one of the better teams to watch when I was growing up, and they had Benny McCarthy and Brad Friedel, Gamps Pedersen, Savage, Bellamy, Bentley. It was a good era, and it was I like those sides where they perhaps didn't win the league and they weren't the best, but they were such an efficient team.
All right, Graz, who would be your central midfielder pick?
Yeah, so I think, Andy's covered a bit of cult hero stuff there, and I think we all know that realistically the players you'd be putting in are your Lampards, and maybe your Gerrards.
You Gerrard over Lampard then, yeah? Sorry, you Lampard over Gerrard.
I don't think I was at the time, but on reflection, yeah.
That's literally how I was. I grew up idolising Gerrard.
Yeah.
And now when I look back at it, I'm like, cool, Lampard was good though, wasn't he?
Yeah. I think the thing that was underrated, not even underrated, the thing that people point out a lot about Gerrard. So people would say, oh, he just scored goals. He definitely wasn't. He was a box to box, and he spent a lot of his time playing quite deep. The reason he scored so many goals is because he just knew exactly when to arrive to score. He scored so many where you were like, oh, chance is gone, and then Lampard was there.
Jack, who would be your pick?
I quite like the idea of Barry. I mean, there's only one other player with more. There's only there's two other players with more.
Player.
Yeah, no. So loads of appearances. He's got a Prem and he's got an FA Cup. I mean, like we said, Gerrard's not got a Prem. So does that mean Barry should be considered over Gerrard?
I mean, he was a top professional for definite. Yeah.
What about Letitia as another cult?
Yeah, I like that.
You think of a player that's not necessarily. I mean, not in Southampton, but he's not the top six as you would call it. But he's entertaining. He's a one-man club as well. I love that.
Yeah,
I know, but that also frustrates me because I'd love to have seen him do it at the highest level. Do going to Europe with one of the big clubs. But I like that.
I'm going to go Letis personally.
I like that.
Real good. He scored some good goals in his time as well.
Oh yeah.
That's what I was going to say. I know you might be saving it for the next time we talk about central midfielders for our next one. But Roy Keane or Vieira, no mention of either of them.
Yeah.
Yes. And in terms of putting bums on seats, one of my guilty pleasures is watching Roy Keane v Patrick Vieira compilations for just that era.
And getting into each other.
Genuinely hated each other and used to just go relentlessly. But I love that. And I don't think there's enough of that in football anymore. And both players who won Premier League several times as well. For me, I'd probably go Vieira because of the Arsenal connection. But Roy Keane is just... Yeah, and then on a separate thing, his just angry compilations and just crunching tackles are a whole separate guilty pleasure. I love the few surprising picks in there, but pretty good all the same. So Andy, you saying two guy?
Yeah.
You say? Graz, who would you say?
I'm probably actually saying Lampard.
Yeah. Okay. And Jack, you going for Letizia?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say if we were going to vote on it, I'd say Letizia out of them for a surprising one. All right. Well, good chat, lads. This was a bumper episode, to be honest. It was a good old chat. But that is pretty much that from us this week, folks. Thank you for joining us. If you haven't already subscribed, please do click the subscribe button below and click the little bell icon so you get a notification every time we upload. We upload an episode of Coach once a week, and now we're doing Sim Saturday as well, once or twice a week in some cases. So tune in and check those out if you haven't seen them already. Thanks for watching. Look after yourselves, and we'll see you again next week.
Oh, I can relax. Oh!